Yo. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Para pam 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 pam. Pam pam. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another stream of Planeshift. Yes, today's Friday, but some of my friends are in holidays, and so we don't meet with them. We don't do our usual Friday thing, and so I'm here and I'm available. And for the one of you who don't know, we have a new release out, so you can try it. You can try it. It's 0749. There are some nice new buildings like this one, and a lot of fixes, a lot of new functionality. So, yup. And I'm working to refine a bit this release, because actually this release enabled a number of functions that I can now expand on, which is pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Downloaded the game yesterday, played a little bit. Nice. Hello, Soul Fruits. Hi. Okay, let's jump right into it. So what I'm trying to do is to give a bit of guidance to the new players on where to go in the game, right? So it's something that we never had, and has always been a bit of a problem, but let's say that we had bigger problems, and so I first fixed other bigger problems. But I think now is the time. So the idea, like we were saying yesterday, is to have a new NPC, which, by the way, the new NPC is now live in-game. I can show it to you. And the problem is that it doesn't have a quest yet. So she answers to basic basic dialogue like hello, like how are you, and things like that. Yeah, here she is. So she's located in the main square of the game where basically every player joins. So when you join as a new player, you pretty much arrive here, right? And I think it would be very hard to miss this NPC, right? I mean, if you miss it, you miss it. But I'm thinking that maybe I can even change the rotation so you are directly looking at her, right? So that is a bit easy. It's even easier, right? Just to avoid that you are spawning like this, which is probably the case, by the way. I think you are spawning looking this way. But you will look around. This is the NPC that is closest to you. And I added just a simple table and some papers, right? You can look at the papers if you want. It's saying there's a big pile of administrative paper. You can see the mark of the city. And here it says there's just ink and paper, right? And yeah, so here she is. Now, one of the issues that when you speak and you are directly in front of the table, you may end up like this, right? If you are really in front of the table, you may cover the NPC. Now, I think this is the first time that you should want to quit window. The quit would be nice. It was actually there in the past. I don't know when we lost it, but it was definitely there. Yeah, I can add it. We need the best would be to create a feature request on our bug tracker, but yeah, so that we can keep track. She has this chainmail armor, and in terms of weapons, she has on this side a kind of a longsword, and on the other side she has a small dagger. Nothing big. Yeah, which is there. And yeah, pretty much you can speak with her at the moment, but she's not saying much. I mean, you can do greetings, right? And she's just welcoming you and saying that he's here to help to understand what's expected. Hydla is no place to stand idle, right? And you can ask about you, and he will tell you that who she is and what she's doing and such, right? Now, there is no voiceover yet, but we will definitely accidentally press the keys, the options. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's like a brutal quit. I think it's a good suggestion. I can do it. Actually, it was there in the past. I don't know when we lost it. The old release definitely had that. Okay, so what we want we want this NPC to do is basically to point you to the different other NPC that will start your journey in the game. And we have created this thing, which is a guide for the quest, right? And actually I spent some time creating the quest already. Now, one of the problem I have of this is that is in steps, right? And basically the step 3 is the place where you is the prerequisite, right, for a lot of the other answers. My only problem is that I feel that there will be a bit too many on the screen, so they may not why it popped up that way? Weird. Wait a second, I think that WhatsApp okay, yeah, for whatever reason he had a preview, message preview on screen on WhatsApp, which is a kind of a bad idea. I removed it now. So it should be fine. Okay. So I don't know if the option will be too many, right? So this is what I'm thinking. But at the moment, if you are selecting, for example, crafting, then it will give you all the other options for the subsection of crafting, like cooking, alchemy, weapons, right? And weapon and armor and such, right? So weapon and armor crafting. Yes. Now, this is all on top of step number 3, right? And I was thinking if there was a way, right? Because here we have fighting, we have religion, we have fighting, we have religion. Yeah, we have magic, crafting, fighting, and religion. Now, some of these texts we need to review. So let's review it now. Magic opens endless possibility, but some weaknesses will end up to close wisely for magic. There is one person you have to meet. Is an eccentric wizard named Lavrus. He spent most of his time in a magic shop northeast of the city. Walk up the stairs to the left of the big red temple you see here. Continue in that direction until you find 2 guards at the gate. Go through that gate and you will be at the junction. Turn right and the magic shop is there. So I think the player may lose himself into this, but it's fine. We can say crafting. Crafting is an essential need, as allows our city to expand or to grow, or to, yeah, our city allows our city to grow, or to well, it's not only to grow, it's just to support also life of everyone, right? Let's say to stay healthy. It allows our city to stay healthy, and I don't know what to say. What can you say of a city? What I mean is that the whole city is in good shape, is like productive, and allows our city to stay in good shape. I don't know. Or because to grow, it seems that the city will expand, right? Which is not really true. We can say to stay healthy and productive. What area are you interested in, right? And here you say mining. Now, mining, cooking, alchemy. Now, one problem of this, right, is that I'm not 100% sure that these are really the right pointers. Because, for example, for mining, yes, Fallen is definitely a contact point, right? But unfortunately, if I look at the quest, for the essential trail, because mining is the essential trail. Unfortunately, there is not one essential trail. Let me see. The basic of mining. Yeah, the problem is that the basic of mining actually starts with Arnquist again. And or we change that. I'm reading the quest. Basic of mining. Yeah, basic of mining is good, but he has a prerequisite on Arnquist raw material, right? And Arnquist raw material, I don't think he has a prerequisite actually. Yes, it does. He has a prerequisite on introduction to crafting. Introduction to crafting. That is what? The Eternal Forge. I forgot this one. Okay, wait a second. Let me check this. I completely forgot this one. So it seems that we already have one introduction to crafting that goes through Arnquist. But the problem is that if we do this, right? Because I think he will send you to, let me see, introduction to crafting. Require completion introduction to crafting. I completely forgot we had this one. I completely forgot this one. Completely forgot about this one. But actually we have it. Completely forgot about this one. I mean, in reality, this is saying introduction to crafting, but it's not really speaking about alchemy or anything else, right? So it's really the crafting that he knows. So his letter working, his armor making, his sword making, his axe making, is all of that, right? So his crafting, it is shield making. So I'm not completely sure why, because this one is a bit of a mix. Probably this one was a quest that was repurposed. The tiger, not the everything for here. What? Are you tracking and checking the prerequisite? I have a website that I cannot really show you because otherwise it would be too much of a spoiler. But we have an internal website that looks like this. I showed it on screen already a few times. Do I have it here? Yeah, here. Is this thing, right? That we built. This is a website that we built where we can search for NPC. For tribes, we can have the list of quests, we can search items, rules, crafting, and each of these mega menus has a ton of sub menus here on the left, as you can see. And here we can see, for example, all the formulas of the game, right? And we can manage, basically is a game manager, right? It's a kind of a game manager, and it's a website that we have built that is reading the database and is storing and then is saving to the database, right? So yeah, there is the so in the quest section there is also a way to see the structure of the quest in a hierarchy, in a kind of a tree, right? In a tree. and you can see all the prerequisites. You can see the quest chains, right? So I would like to avoid clicking here, otherwise you see a bit too much of the game. But pretty much you see something like this, right? So right, you see something like this, where you see, for example, that there is, I don't know, a long quest chain here, right? And he's telling you that this is, for example, the Essential Trail, which is one of our factions, right? And you see, oh, there are 9 quests chained one after the other. And then maybe here you see the Eternal Forge, and the Eternal Forge, and here you see that, I don't know, these two are in parallel, and these ones are prerequisites. This one have prerequisites, right? So it's a way, yeah, it's kind of a game manager. Yeah, it's like a game manager, because otherwise it would be impossible. I mean, if you don't have that, it's impossible to manage the data, right? It's just too much data. And also I have a number of utility functions. For example, if I want to see, I don't know, all the items that start with book, or all the items that have book in the name, right? Here I find all the items that have book in the name, right? Or if I want to search all the items that have, I don't know, divine in the name, right? 0, for example. Or I want to see all the items that have Enkidukai in the name, which maybe are the books, right, or whatever. Now, Enkidukai potion, you see there are Enkidukai potions, there are some books, there are some weapons. Yeah, so these are all utilities that I developed through the years. To actually, or for example, this one is very useful, is searching for books, right? So you want to know, for example, all the books that are speaking about this particular race, the Klyros, right? And it is printing the whole book, right? Certain books are just 2 or 3 pages like this, right? So it's printing the whole book, and he's highlighting in white where I found the word that you were searching for, so like Klyros, right? And so here you have all the books where the Klyros is mentioned, and this you can use it without going in game, searching for the book, right? You go crazy. So you just extract it from here, and you see if there are any inconsistency, or if you already have a book on something, maybe you need to create a book on something new, right? Yeah, with 500 quests, I mean, or we have, and the problem is remembering them, because like now, what I'm looking now, I see that we already have a quest that I completely forgot, right? And it's actually called Introduction to Crafting. And I don't know if I fully agree with the name, because, but anyway, I think we should read a bit in detail to understand what is exactly, because I think basically from here, so Zerin is speaking about crafting, and then here is pointing you to different people. And the problem here is that this one, which is Ironquest, which is the blacksmith of the main city, already has a quest that is called Introduction to Crafting, right? So, I mean, it would be nice to rename the quest Introduction to Weapon and Armor Crafting. You know what is the issue though? The issue is that if you don't have the raw materials through mining, you cannot really do this. And this is why in the quest, Ironquest immediately points you to Fallen, right, for another quest. And then they ping pong a bit, So they ping pong a bit because you have to, you know, smelt the stuff, and then you can start to create weapon and armor, but you need the raw materials. Let me see what this thing is saying. Good to hear you are interested. I've been in my speech. We usually speak too much of a shopping main plaza. Blah blah blah. What is better than this? So, vabbè, just in a cheeky way is asking you what is better than this, and you can answer stupid stuff like adventuring, magic, exploring new places, eating and drinking, right? So you have a bit of a weird set of answers. More crafting, and based on your answer is Anquist is saying something different, right? Which is fine, but then yeah, I'd like to know more about the different kind of crafting and how to get started. Let's go over the area of crafting. There is metalworking, known as metallurgy. To get the raw materials, you need to learn about mining. True mining is considered a separate skill, is the starting point for many crafts. So miners are usually considered a part of the Eternal Forge. Miners are usually considered part of the Eternal Forge. That's not really true though, because we said that in our faction separation, right? We said that miners are inside the essential trail, right? I mean, it's very connected, because without that, the Eternal Forge cannot operate. So I think it would be better to say, so miners are usually considered, or we say adjacent, or we say very close to, or right, natural friends or whatever, supporters. So because part of the Eternal Forge, there is weapon making, which is broken down to blade making, bow making, mace making. You also have armor making, shield making, eld making, which requires its own instruction and manuals. Exactly. Yeah, but it's kind of pointing you right though, because you see that he's saying, I suggest you to visit a smith in each city, or if you are interested in mining, go to Fallen. So in reality, this is not very bad as an introduction, right? So maybe, you know what we can do? We can, so this will be introduction, basically there is introduction to mining and weapon crafting. So there is the name of the quest. Now I don't know if I really want to rename it, because renaming the quest has some implications in the quest itself, in the save games. I mean, what you save in the database, I think is a bit tough to but we can keep it this way. So I guess now the question is, should then Zerrin just point you to Arnquist in case you choose mining or weapon and armor? I would say yes. I would say yes. So let's merge this two. Let's merge these two and let's remove this one, which I think is simpler. Is even simpler, because you start to get even more, you know, even more directions. Now the only question I have is, should we make this quest a prerequisite of all the others? I would say no. If for any reason you miss this NPC or you don't speak with it, I think we'll be fine. You can still continue with the other quests, right? So this is like a bonus quest. I mean, it's like an additional help to you, right? Okay, so let's change that. So if you say mining, or if you say weapon and armor crafting, she will say, if you want to learn mining, the best is to start with Arnquist, the local blacksmith. The locals blacksmith. That is because everything starts from the raw materials. Even for the smiths, right? So I think I will say this, and I will probably remove the information on Fallen. And then here on weapon and armor crafting, I will do the same. The problem is that I think we need different steps, because if we do it this way, it's a bit of a mess. With essential trade, say no as a prerequisite, right? Within a trade, maybe it's linear. No, but I think that this Zering quest should be like a bonus quest. I don't want to, because if you miss it, right, then everything else is blocked. If we make it a prerequisite, and I think it's a bad idea. We don't want to block people. We want to help people, right? So if they lose themselves, if they miss this lady or just don't want to speak and they just go around and they reach the blacksmith, at least the blacksmith will speak with them, right? They will have a quest. So I think it's better. So yeah, I added this NPC today, and she's there waiting for the quest. Waiting for the quest and then waiting for players. The only thing I'm thinking is that this is not really working for me, because these steps needs to be broken into sub steps, right? Separate steps. Can the AI do it for me? Because it's a very tedious job. Right, it's a very tedious job, and I already tried to have the AI. That is the script that I have, but the problem is that the choices after are at the moment in the same step, right? In the same step, while I need each in a separate proper prerequisite. With a proper prerequisite. I think we need a Wadjet. I remember that you said that you had a tool to actually create quests in an easy way. Did you say that? You show me like a graph. You show me like a picture one day. Well, in addition, a separate step with the proper prerequisites. With the proper require completion of with the number of steps. So each step must be numbered. Let's see if we can do it. It is not really correct though. Each path already is on step number, no merges happening, you already split them correct. If you want step-based progression, later step will add it exactly. I want step-based progression. I want step-based progression. So later steps like you will add blah 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 blah. Yes, please do it and give me the complete script. Because you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that if we could have, I mean, it's not super hard. I mean, it's not easy, but it's also not super hard, right? And I think we can ask an AI to do it, actually. We can ask Claude to do it. I think Claude may be able to do that. So basically, because the problem, let me think about it 1 second. Well, it's not super easy. I mean, it's a work within the work. But if we could have like a graphical tool, you know, to put together the prerequisites, which at the end is like a diagram like this, right? At the end is like a diagram like this. Well, it's not really like it's not really like a diagram like this, right? Because now that I think about it, is more of is more wait. So because for every step, right, there must be well, the P we can completely forget. The P we can completely forget, but there should be a menu and then there should be an NPC. Actually, you know, I would do it very differently. I would do it like player, come on. I will do it like player. Can I please type here? Thank you. I will do it like player and NPC, right? Now the only problem is I'm thinking the prerequisite problem, right? Because the prerequisite, because okay, if you do like this is a prerequisite of this, right? Which is fairly easy, right? You can say again, you know, player says this and NPC says that, right? But this formatting is annoying. But then what if a step is more than one prerequisite, right? It will not be possible to visualize in a mind map, right? So it's not a mind map, is actually a flow chart, right? A mind map, well, in theory, in the mind map, you also in this mind map, you also have. I remember there was a way to say that there is a relation. I don't remember if it was here or where the hell it was. Add graphical link. Yeah, exactly. Add graphical link, right? So there may be prerequisite, but there may also be Let me just do a bit of a mess, just so that we have some stuff, right? You may select these two things and then add a graphical link. You see where this one is connected. Now the problem is that you will have to consider these links separately. Because my current problem is a very practical problem, right? The practical problem is that the time that it takes me to calculate all the steps, ensure that they are numbered properly, and ensure that they have the proper prerequisite is fairly high, right? This time is fairly high, and I don't know. And if we have to do it over and over and over and over for every quest, I mean, this is what we did in the past, right? So someone did it, I did it, you did it, but it's really inefficient, right? It's really inefficient because at the end, what you want to do, you want to have a kind of a diagram editor that then is just can we steal it from Baldur's Gate 3 or something? You know that Baldur's Gate 3 is a quest editor actually.
Hello, and
he has a quest editor, and yeah, like this, right? Hey, I lost my cheese. Can you help me find it? Right. So you create a you see, you create a block. You create a block, and then you see, he has a yes answer, and he has a no answer, right? There is I don't know if it's Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I think it's the Baldur's Gate 3 editor. And I don't know how complex it can become, but as you can see, yeah, you can see that you can flag like end node. So what I'm thinking is, can we just steal this and then have him save text the way we need it without going crazy and develop something? End node. Yeah, you can also add, well, this will not really, I mean, for us will be slightly different, but yes, here you are adding available voiceovers, right? Which is pretty much what we need as well. But yeah, what he's doing here is adding players. I don't know if it's adding voiceovers or why. Now I don't know how complex that can become. So if you can have multiple prerequisites or not, because our scripting language is fairly advanced, so I don't know if their scripting language is that advanced, but if, yeah, you see they have a kind of a scripting language as well. If added whatever, right? Yeah. They have a scripting language as well. Find cheese. Wait, what did he say? If added to cheese and db cheese and db players player, then quest update, flow find cheese returns. I think that is the way that we do with the variables probably. It's very similar. The problem is, my only question is how complex can the diagram become, right? Because wait, objectives. Let me see what they have here. Objective, subquest. Yeah, because they obviously, I mean, this engine is obviously more evoluted than our engine, right? Obviously, I mean, we are speaking Baldur's Gate 3, but they obviously track also the items that you have to find, right? So you see quest step, find the cheese, return the cheese, right? And so they're keeping track of all of that in the scripting. I mean, I don't think it will be extremely hard, but I think it will also not be very simple. But thinking that we have to spend time every time we create a quest, right, to actually figure out the proper syntax and not mess up with the steps is kind of annoying. When I create a flowchart for a quest, I add a separate node that just contains a blank step. It makes copy pasting easier. I love to set it up so that creating links between node create requirements and so forth. Yes, exactly. It's what I'm thinking, right? Do you have an idea? I mean, when you say I love to set it up, do you mean that you already have some ideas on how to do it, or is just saying it's something that we need? Because I think we will simplify our life so much. I think we'll simplify our life so much. The problem is that it's not. Let me think about it in a different way. I don't know if I want to do it, but I'm thinking that is a potential. Is a potential thing that we may need. I don't know, maybe we needed it already 10 years ago, right? But the point is let's take the quest that I'm doing now, right? Let's take the quest that I'm doing now. So I have like a intro 1. Then I have an intro 2, and they are serialized. So if you don't do this, if you don't do 1, you cannot do 2, right? But then I have crafting 1, crafting 2, crafting right. So I have craft 1, craft 2, craft 3. And I'm gonna change, and I'm changing those now, right? Because I'm changing my mind on the way I want it. So I'm linking this. For example, I'm thinking, oh, should this be linked? Should this be linked this way, or should be linked? So should all this be parallel, or should this not be parallel, right? And then I'm saying, oh, this one in reality branches into 2 steps, and maybe this one is 1 step, right? So the effort to write just player NPC, player NPC, player NPC is kind of easy if you have it visually laid out like this. But if you don't, mainly with big quests, it starts to be very daunting, right? It starts to be very complex, and there may be steps that are actually blocking other steps, right? So that's another issue. So you may say, if you have at this choice, right? If you selected this, you automatically exclude this. And it is very hard to do visually. Unless you have like an arrow, right, that point, like we saw here in the, like this arrow, right? That says block. I don't know why sometimes you cannot move this thing. Can I change the color? Yeah. Did you say, oh, if you choose this is locked? Because we don't need that much, right? No ideas how to do it, but I could look into it. Nodes to the left could be required, nodes to the right are consequences. It would have to be a variable number of nodes so that people can add things like possessed item and time of the day, whatever they like. Yeah, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that you create the structure. then you put it into a txt file, right? And then you modify it by hand. So I don't think that the tool should do everything, right? Should do all the prerequisite, because it becomes impossible, right? We have too much, right? But if I could draw, right? If I could simply draw something like this, and I could then say, okay, now please create the txt file with this structure where every one of these things is a step and every one is a proper prerequisite. I think this will already be a big help, because all your basic structure will be in place, right? And you just have to type in the special things, right? You just have to type in the specials. So no, I understand it's not simple, because the problem is there is a graphical thing, and every graphical thing has complexity of borders, overlaps, you know, space, managing space, right? And things like that. I mean, it can be a limit, right? If you go outside of the page, you go outside of the page. So, but yeah. But let's say that the things that we really need would be... I mean, at the end is only arrows, right? At the end is only arrows, because, you know, for the arrow that blocks, I could do this, right? I could say, if you choose this option, is blocking this option. So is another arrow type, right? That maybe is a different color. I don't know, maybe I'm dreaming a bit, but let me think about it a second, okay? Maybe it's too hard to do, but how do I change the line color, please? Here. Well, that is not what I wanted. Okay, well, thank you very much. I mean, if you change the line color, you change the line color of everyone, because I did edit style. No. Now I want to change the line color of this line only. Probably here. Okay. I think. No? Maybe this one? This one. Okay. So that could basically be a line that a line that blocks, a line that blocks, a line that enables, right? Yeah, a line that blocks, a line that enables. Now the problem could be that you may say, oh, unfortunately this step is I don't know why this thing is not sticking to the freaking thing, by the way. Okay, it's LibreOffice, it's not PowerPoint, I understand, but if it would stick, it would be so much easier. Yeah, so you could have, for example, that you have to answer this 2, right, to enable this. And then when you enable that, this one blocks the third option. So I think that just with lines, we can do everything. So if we have a system that create boxes and allows you to draw 2 types of line, enable and disable, and then inside a box basically allows you to name allows 3 things, right? So each one of these boxes in theory should be a name of the step, which actually will go in the description, right? For example, magic explosion, I don't know. And then it should have yeah, the problem is that it can have multiple P, right? But you can say player says hello, NPC says hello, right? Now the problem is that for us, one step can be made of multiple answers, horizontally or vertically. So you can have two player, right? You can have two player here. Fuck off, right? Or whatever. Yeah, fuck off is too much. Okay. Stay away from me. So there can be two different answers, two different player questions, and so two different NPC answers, right? And that is an horizontal kind of development, but it is also kind of a vertical development, because in the same step you could have a sequence, right? So it's not that easy, right? It's not that easy. It's not that easy, but it's not that easy. But in theory, if we could have a tool that is at least, well, let's say the minimum is a tool that prepares the structure even without the text, right? Just with the name. So that basically the result will be, an empty, so the result will be P with a random number, menu with your stuff, right? Well, not even, yeah, menu empty, NPC with the NPC name, hopefully, so it's already done, and then ... no repeat, and then the well, everywhere the step number, and then the same structure again, right? And then the same structure again. So this, I think that this will be already kind of a good with the prerequisite, right? With the prerequisite. So requires completion of, you know, step 2 with the prerequisites everywhere. So I think that even if he creates only this, will already be a win. Will already be very useful. This will be like the minimum. This will be like the minimum. If I could also put in the text, that would be fantastic. I think Claude can do it. Maybe not with a free program, with a free license, but with paying, you know, $20, I think he can do it, and he can probably do it faster than me. Maybe quest notes, yeah. We can try, guys, but we have to give him a very good... we need to give him a very good input, right? I need to create a web page that allows people to add visual nodes with a text inside. Each visual node can be connected to another visual node with two types of arrows. Enable and disable. Enable and disable. Enable should be green color, disable should be red color. Yeah, the user can position the node on screen. You know, one thing we can do it to make it very simple to develop is that the position is actually not freehand. So you cannot move it wherever you want, right? It's a predefined set of columns. So basically the positions are always fixed. So it's like having a grid, it's like having a mega grid, right? A mega grid of nodes. Now the only problem is that if you want to insert a node between an existing one, yeah, you will have to move everything down. But let me see what this AI can do. I think it can do something. The user can position a node on screen where he wants and move it afterwards. The connection lines should have a direction represented by an arrow, right? So actually I should say there is an arrow, there is not a line. I said arrow, in fact, with two types of arrow, enable and disable. Okay, I said it already. Okay, you can position a node on the screen when you want and move it afterwards. When the node is moved, the arrows will follow, will stay connected. No, it is not very. Each visual node can be connected to another visual node with two type of arrows. No. The arrows will stick to one side of the node. Let me say a visual square node. Visual square nodes. The arrow will stick to one side of the node, right? One side of the node. The arrow will keep the stick position on the side of the node. So the arrow will actually stretch, right? To keep the connection with the nodes. Do it. Do it. Do it, AI. Do it. You can do it. I believe in you. I completely believe in you. 100%. I'm not doubting even a second that you can do it. I'm not doubting even a second that you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure you can. Do it. Meanwhile, I go and take a beer because today is Friday and I can have my Friday beer. You may say, do you drink beer on Fridays? Yes. Why? To keep it reasonable. To keep it reasonable. Because alcohol in general is not a good thing. Well, it's not that I am that strict, right? That I only drink a beer on Friday. But let's say that in general, I tend to drink it on Friday only. Because as I was saying, alcohol is in general not a good thing. I mean, it's nice, I know. I mean, I'm Italian, so I know wine and, you know, I appreciate wine, but at the same time, should be used with a lot of moderation. Oh, wow. We have an application, boys. It did something. Add node. Fuck, I cannot move it though. Oh, I can. Holy shit. Isn't this beautiful? How can I... click add node. It's also giving you the instructions. Isn't that insane? Add node to create a new node. Click on a node to select it and drag it to move. Choose enable connection or disable connection mode. Click on one node and click another to create a connection. Enable connection. It's not really working well. Wait. Enable connection. Mode enable connection created. Click two nodes. Node 1, node 2. It was good, but it didn't work. Enable connection. Should I click here? Mode select. Double click a node to edit its text. It doesn't. So I think he nearly did it, boys, but not really. He nearly did it, but it's insane, that he created this. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Enable connection. Click two nodes. I cannot click two nodes at the same time. I can click this and I can click this. But it's not drawing the connection. Okay. Adding nodes works. And moving nodes works. And moving nodes works. Double click to rename a node doesn't work. Well, let's go step by step. Let's do the connection, which is the one that we cared about. Well, we also care about the name though. Double click to rename a node doesn't work, and enable. And if I enable connection and then click to nodes, nothing happens. You are right. Yeah, because it cannot really do it in one chunk sometimes. It needs to iterate on itself, right? What is the flag on my screen? Is the flag of Ukraine. Is the Ukraine flag, because I'm a big supporter of Ukraine. And I would like the Russians to get the fuck out of Ukraine right now and stop bombing it right now. And get back to their fucking houses instead of trying to destroy other people's houses. You are right, let me fix the issue. The problem is with the event handling. The double click and connection logic needs adjustment. Perfect, I fixed both issues. Double click to rename, connect creation. Okay. Add node. I click it, I move it. Fantastic. I double click is not doing anything, by the way. So the double clicking is still not. Double clicking is still not working, but I don't think we need a double click, you know. I think it would be enough that when you click it, you have a text here at the top and you just enter and rename it. I think that would be the easiest. I mean, I don't need anything fancy, right? I just need something basic, super basic. Okay, enable connection. Creating connection from node 1 to node 2. He's actually saying he added the console messages. Oh wow, now we have a console, boys. Now we also have a console here at the bottom. Yeah, none of the two works, by the way. None of the two works. My suggestion is that enable connection. It's actually saying creating connection from node 1 to node 2, right? So I see the message. Creating connection 1212, but there is no line. There is no arrow. There is no arrow in between. There is no arrow created. Maybe what if you host it yourself? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's maybe, I don't know. Because basically what we need the ability to create these nodes and to create these arrows. And then we just need an XML output, right? Well, we need to save an XML maybe to be able to load it again. But basically we need a text, what I'm saying, we need a text output. It's just reading every node, right? Every node is naming it as a step, and then it's putting the text that we want, right? And adding this text would be very, very, very easy. I think the complexity is I think I will soon finish my free plan, right? Very, very soon. Very, very soon. Is adding them those two randomly or what? Yeah, it cannot draw the arrow. I think it doesn't know how to do it. I think it's trying, but I think he's trying to draw the arrow actually, but I think he cannot do it. Arrow line, stroke width 2, fill none, marker end, arrow head, green. So he actually defined the arrow lines. Yeah, the problem is that it will take me more time to figure out what he did than to... the drag actually works very well. What did he use, by the way? Did he use any library or he used the brutal HTML5? It seems he didn't use any library. I mean, not even a JScript, jQuery, JScript or anything. Probably that's why it doesn't work. Let me see what he's doing when we, so set connection mode, select node, click the node, remove, blah, 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 document query, select all, for each class list, remove selected. Create connection, right? So it is when he's creating the connection. From node ID to node ID. Connection push. So it seems that he's actually adding the connection in memory, right? But then he's not redrawing it. SVG, clear existing arrow, update connections. Is there an update connection button or no? No. Because it seems that when he's doing update connection, when you mouse move, is updating the connections. Doesn't look like. I don't know, it was an idea, guys, but you know, this thing are nearly there, and they are nearly there. Maybe he cannot really do it, but he can create pretty much the structure that you can then use, right, to do it. How do I add a new node? I mean, it's nice, yes, but it's nice, but it doesn't work. I mean, it's only this, huh? So you cannot actually create a new node. Yeah, the demo is just a viewer. Well, but actually, yeah, because he's adding the nodes. You see, he's adding the nodes by code. Yeah, he's adding. So that is a demo, but the code is creating the graph. So it's not really a node editor. I mean, is a base for it, right? Is a base for it. Everyone is trying to create a node editor. There are so many pages that speak about this. I don't know. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's even too much for what we need. It's very messy, by the way. It is very, very, very messy. It kind of works though. But it's super messy. So many people did this. There are like millions examples. Oh wow. Oh wow. There is a tool called Arrow. Can you give me the, because if I type Arrow on, you know, if I type Arrow in Google, I will find everything How do I find it? Node editor arrow. Mystery arrow node editor. This one, editor arrow. Holy shit. Arrow is a free open source and feature-rich tool for game narrative design, text adventure development, and creation of interactive non-linear storytelling document in general. Wow, it can be the one that we need, boys. Use Arrow 3 online. For all the generation Arrow, experience best on desktop. Arrow supports a wide variety of features, from scenes and macro to variables and characters. It also comes with a rich palette of built-in nodes, providing logic, interactive navigation, random data generation, state management, and more. Holy shit. Advanced node system. The editor comes with handy and complete built-in set of nodes, allowing users to quickly design their narrative. Yeah, I need to export it. One clickable, playable export. You can play our games directly in the Arrow editor style console to test and debug them. Porting small parts. We can create and interpret, take advantage of Arrow export asset. Arrow utilizes own built-in to produce playable documents. To produce playable documents. No, I mean I need just. You can export your game as a text adventure. Yeah, kind of, yes. Seems to be a good one. No, you cannot post links. Use Arrow 3X online. Can you run it locally? Let me just check one thing if we can run it locally. Yeah, download. So if you download, you can download it locally. That is very nice. You can download it locally. To upgrade its engine to Godot 4. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Arrow is a free open source feature-rich game narrative design, creation, interactive, and storytelling. Okay. Best regards. Okay, best regards. Oh wow. We have a space, which is nice. Start project, filter project, untitled adventure, node, start active entry. Plug, start, active entry, project scene, scene 0, macro, variables, characters, node, project, new blank project. Okay. Node. Select a node to inspect or right-click the grid to create new nodes. Unable to remove. At least one selected node is not removable. Okay. Frame generator, hub interaction, jump. What the fuck? Monologue marker, randomizer. What the fuck is this? No, but it seems to be complex enough. It seems not to be bad, actually. It seems to be pretty good. Dialogue. Okay, let's see how we can connect. Okay, now the question. We have only one question. The one question that we have is this. This is very nice. Okay, so so you can have two connecting to one. Now the problem is if I could have a disable, because our problem is the disable. I mean, we don't use it so much, but we use it. So the problem is that if you double click, you kill it. The problem is that we need a new feature. Randomizer. Randomizer. So this connects to two. I don't know if they have the concept of different connections, right? Because this is exactly what we need. So we need a different arrow types, but we need two arrow types, or we need two outputs like this. Like this one is two outputs. If this one can have two outputs, let me see if I can connect. Yeah, you can connect the two outputs to the same, but then because we need an enable and a disable pretty much, right? How do I change this to be, this is name 4 UID, okay, character anonymous, lines, what is lines? Lines, hey there, yes, lines, hey there. Disable this node. Disable this node. Playable. But it didn't. Sorry, it didn't. Yes, but in the other direction. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. The only problem is that this connection do not have a direction. I can do it only on one. The input is the input. I need one node with two inputs. I need one node with two inputs. It's not bad. Let me see what happens if I want to export it, right? Show console. How can I? Because I can save. But export. Download as JSON, download as HTML, download as CSV. Download as CSV. Download as CSV. Okay. No. Yeah, we need to understand if there is an export, that actually allows a custom export, right? Because when he said export it, the point is that there are not many menus, right? This is all we have. I mean, it's very nice. It's very nice, but it's lacking two fundamental features. At least, maybe he has them. I don't know, but I cannot see them at the moment. Which is, oh, he also has a mini map. You can rearrange nodes. Wow. I mean, it's very cool. But I need to, because he's doing exactly what, I mean, the concept is exactly what we need, right? Because you see that he has a start, fancy to see wonders with the Dark Knight, a hero, down the rabbit hole, take the leap. You say so. He's actually choosing, right? Choosing different dialogues, monologue, marker, right? The only thing that I don't see the disable of other options, but then we can maybe do manually. And I don't know how to actually export this into a custom format, or anyway into a format. Console setting inspect. Exporting. I don't understand when they say playable. I mean, what they mean by playable, right? What do they mean by that? What do I mean? I'm a bit confused by this playable, right? What? What do you mean by playable? So like he runs play button. Hey there. I don't understand. Is there an example? Is there a working example? I think it should be, right? It's like for text adventures, yeah. If there was an example, it would have been very nice. Content, hello world. Content. Step 2. Okay, now I go here and play. What happens? Hello world, let's begin our adventure. Continue. Step 2, continue. Step 3. Ah, okay. Probably because I was at step 4 before and I said play, and so it just ended. No, it's always start. See, if you don't have a start, probably it doesn't start. So it's something like this, right? But okay. Right. Why is not adding? Because content is not dialogue. Yeah, okay. No, you cannot rearrange them, which is kind of annoying, but fine. Why didn't let me choose? Huh? But anyway, we don't need the play, right? We don't need the play. We need to be able to create a sequence of nodes, and then with prerequisites, right? With prerequisites and with some text in it. And then we need to be able to export it to a text file following this sequence and putting the text that we want inside. So I already forgot where was export. Wasn't export here? No? Export was where? In the console? No, export was what? Wasn't export? Where was export? User input. There is no user choice. There is interaction, maybe. interaction. Go ahead and stop. Okay. Let's begin our adventure. Step 2. Okay, here you can choose. Go ahead, good ending. Okay, nice. Yeah, there is an interaction that let you choose one of the two options, and in addition there is also user input, and probably you can do something based on the user input, but we don't need any of that. But we definitely need this, right? We need a multi-choice. We need a multi-choice. I'm thinking about it. Boys, where was the export? I cannot find it anymore. Save. No. No, it's not save. Export is here. Why the because you have to save it and then you can export it. If it's not saved, the export doesn't show. Save a copy. Dev on proc. What do you mean dev on proc? No, I want to download it. Huh? Export JSON. Quest 1 JSON. Quest 1 JSON. Okay. So the point is, why they gave to this project such a stupid name? So it's basically unsearchable on Google. It's completely unsearchable on Google. But if you search Arrow, you will find a lot of spam. Okay, let me try this. Do you know Arrow Node Editor? Yes, a node-based visual programming editor. Okay, very good. Nice. I needed to export from an arrow diagram the nodes with my own custom format. Arrow has built-in export feature. JSON export, XML, or other structure format. Programmatic access. If you need a custom format, you need to access the graph data, iterate through the node. I know, but is there a default? Each node should have this format. Step 1, player, hello, NPC, hi player, and if you end the arrows connecting the nodes should become prerequisites, right? Should become prerequisites in the form of require completion of step 1. Yeah, but it seems strange that it's not already supported, right? Search in the web. Go, go, go. Search for me. Search for me. Format is widely supported by game engines, web, and programming languages. You can do it, not me, for sure. You can do it in Python. Easy. You can do it in Python easy, my friend. Okay, let me think about it 1 second. Let me think about it 1 second. So, what is the best node to represent our... What is the best node to represent our structure? I think it's interaction. Because interaction has a number of things that you can say and a number of things that the NPC responds, right? So that is our P or our menu, and this is our NPC name saying something, right? What I don't understand is this dialogue, right? Because dialogue... because dialogue is the NPC starting, but we never have the NPC starting. It's always the player starting, right? There is nothing in our logic. Is never the NPC starting, right? It's always you. So the action starts with an interaction. There is no, right? But the answer actually could be this, where instead of anonymous, right, we add a new character, and the new character we call it, instead of character 9, we call it Zerin, for example, which is our character, right? Please. Zerin asset, sorry, I didn't see it. Okay. 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 Okay, okay, okay. I don't know if he's more complex than what we need, but because basically what you will have to do, you will have to copy this and say Player says this, we go here. Player says this, we go here. But we are inside the same step. You can set the current dialogue node. Yeah, you can... Yeah, because actually you want this to be exported, right? For us will be always the same. But you know what is the problem? The problem is that after this... Why you cannot update an existing one? I don't understand. Replace selected line. So go ahead, stop, right? Go ahead, stop. So yeah, so for us it will always be like this. For us it will always be like this. So actually, I mean, you have a lot of clicks to do. I have to say that it's not very easy in that side. Why? I cannot start with an interaction? You stupid or what? Cannot start with an interaction. Okay, GG. No, this thing is not connectable. Why this thing is not connectable? Huh? Because I have to do this. Okay, sorry. Okay, I understand. I understand. Direction. So hello. Okay. Wait, because I'm trying to do it in a way that is similar to what we have, just to understand if it actually makes sense. Or if this is overkill, right? Because it seems to be, to me, it seems a bit overkill. The editor is very nice. But I think that the simplest for us, and I don't know if it's simple, would be to create a custom node, because our nodes are special, right? Are special nodes. But anyway, because basically here, every node is a line of our script, while I was thinking that every node was actually a step. It would have been a bit easier, right? Would have been a bit easier to have so that you concatenate the steps, because if you have to have every line like it is now, so that is a law. So let me say step 1, that is a law, right? And it is unfortunately is a law again, but just ignore it for a second. And the NPC will say hi there, right? So that is basically our structure versus this structure. Then after this, you can say go ahead or stop. For us, that go ahead or stop is this in our language, right? In our thing. And you can ignore the P, because the P, I think we can just regenerate it. Okay, I go ahead. Okay, I'm stopping. So in our language is like this. And I was thinking that all of this could be one step. So basically, this is one step for us. Now you may say, well, depends, because maybe you have a quest that has multiple NPC in the same quest. I mean, in the same step. In the same step, can you have? Yeah, in theory you can. I mean, it's unlikely, but because usually one step is one NPC, but it doesn't prevent us to do it. I think it's very unlikely that in the same step you have two people. I'm looking at some quest right now. I'm just scrolling through the quest and seeing, but I always see the same NPC. Always the same NPC per step, right? I think it's a reasonable assumption that the same step is the same. So I think that my question would be, how hard is to define a new step? Because it's an open source software, so in theory we can change it, right? I'm surprised there are no more nodes, but I think that, like the AI said, that it is a supported standard format for video games. So probably these nodes are standard in video games, so you can create it like this and then just load it, right, in your game, and it's just working, right? Because it's a default thing. But in our case, we need to create a custom node, and we need to create a custom exporter, which may not be super easy, but so what I have to do if I need to create a custom node with my own properties for Arrow. Arrow is built on top of the Godot game engine and is open source. You can extend it by modifying the source code. Well, I understand, but bro, I don't want to go crazy. You need to create a new GDScript class that extends Arrow-based node class. Your custom node should define custom properties under serialization, implement the visual interface, and the input-output connection point. Register your node types. For your dialog format, you may want to use property like player dialog and NPC dialog, step number, prerequisite. Exactly. Export format integration. Look at the existing node implementation in the nodes directory. Nodes directory. Holy shit. For example, dialogue, right? Oh wow. Yeah, but here we need to. I mean, the problem is that this is done with another game engine, right? And so basically we'll have to learn Godot just to edit this thing, right? Which is insane. I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, it was a good idea in theory, but in practice I think it's too complex because it doesn't allow it. So this thing is designed to keep the same format, while we need it with a different format. I mean, in our case the editor is fantastic, right? The editor is exactly what we need. The editor is fantastic. But the problem is that is outputting stuff. Okay, let's try all the nodes before saying no, because I'm about to say no, but let me try all the nodes, okay? And see condition, content, dialogue, entry, frame. Well, frame is just a container like that, right? Frame is just a container. Generator, unset, defined. This is probably setting some variables. Yeah, this is setting some variables. This is generator. Hub, I have no idea what it does, but is input slots, output slots, interaction we have seen. Jump is interesting. Jump, what does jump does? Is making the character jump? I don't know. Destination node. Destination node, UID. How do I know the UID 8? Okay, so you say UID 8, and so this is jumping. Okay, so basically this is if you don't want a line, right? So yeah, if you have a kind of a weird situation where you cannot really draw a line to 8 from here, and so you just say jump, right? So this will just skip the whole thing and arrive at node 8. That's pretty good. I don't think that we really need it, because if we work with the prerequisite, that's not needed. Macro use, marker. There is another frame. Monologue still has the NPC, and there is a monologue, autoplay, clear page, brief, notes. Yeah, but the nodes are very simple, right? So the nodes are made of a number of lines or some content. That's pretty much what they have, right? And then you have the randomizer, we've seen it already. The sequencer, I guess, is doing one after the other. So that's very intuitive. You can tag, edit something that I don't know what is it. Character setting, edit, key required, the value. I have no idea what is this. Tag match, tag pass, using input variable update. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for showing this to me, because I think it's good, but I think that the modifications needed are very heavy, because we will have to create a new I mean, if the dialogues would be defined, right? If the dialogues would be defined as variable, right? Variable name is step, right? Variable name is step, initial one, update. Can I associate this variable to this thing? No, you see. So you can't. It's very sequential, right? So like here, for example, I can update the variable, I guess, if I use variable update. So I go here, I say, oh, after this, my variable step, right, becomes 4, right? And yeah, so it is setting the variable as 4. But it's not... I mean, it's nearly doing what we want. It's very close, but it's not there. It's not really there. So basically, we need a node editor that then it can export to. It's such a pity that they don't have a custom node. Probably they don't do it because then it's not supported by other programs, right? You see, the format is widely supported by game engine, web, and programming languages. So they are basically creating it's a pity. It's a pity because it's very, very, very close. It's very, very, very close. It's very close. Fuck. It's very close. It's very close. Why is vertical instead of horizontal? I don't know. That is very weird. Can I rotate everything? There is undo and redo, huh? Graph ID data. Name hello world. Bah. This one is very weird. Each node has many inputs, but only one output. No. GG. 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 $14 years ago. Never know, huh? You never know. You never know what you can come up with. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Nearly. I don't know, maybe I will think about this arrow and if we can really create our own custom node, but I think it's probably too much work for the advantage, but I don't know. It could be. I'm surprised that no one created, right? No one created custom nodes. Can you find if on the web there is anyone that already created a custom node for Arrow? I think that, yeah, they don't need it. The problem is that they don't need it, right? They don't need it. Do they have a Discord? Do they have a Discord, these people? Because, you know, if I can get hold of the... if I can get hold of some of the developers and I can ask them just, hey, I need this. Does it make sense? Is it possible? They will immediately tell me, right? But I don't see... There is a website, but there is no Discord, really? Fuck. A repository and documentation. Cannot believe it. There is no way to contact them. There's no way to speak with these guys. Fuck. 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 Fuck! So, any one of you want to learn Godot and open this project and modify it for our need? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm speaking to myself. Don't do it. Don't start another project within the project. We already have enough things to do. Jesus. But it will help a lot. I think it will help a lot. I think it will help a lot. Trying to convince myself. Think it will help a lot. Oh wow, you launch it this way? You don't even install it? Holy fuck. You don't install this thing? You just launch it like that? Holy moly, that's interesting. It's better than PlaneShift. Wow. I'm impressed. I like stuff that doesn't install. I really like stuff that doesn't install. Wait, I'm creating a directory. Godot, 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 Godot. We put it there, and we put it there. Huh? Godot feels very fast. Do you want to learn it, Kaze? You understand what we need, right? You understand what we need? No? I don't know, I'm kind of doing it. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it. Download zip, okay. 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 Fine. Okay. I would like to learn it. Definitely take time. Okay. 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 Oh. Okay. I see. It's a possibility, but how do we contact this guy? I think if I manage to speak with this guy and I tell him what I need and I give him $200, I think he will do it. No? No? This guy lives in shadows. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You did a lot of stuff, by the way. He also created a systematic story writing. I need to contact this guy. I need to find this guy. I need to find this guy. I think if I go in the Discord of Godot, it will be there. 100%. Does Godot as a Discord? Yes. Easy. Easy. Okay, I'm there. Wait, I'm there. What do I need? Game development, projects, everything. What? I consent to be recorded for moderation purpose. Okay, record me. Our experience in Godot Union. To ping or not to ping? What is the question? Yes for tech news, yes for blog post, yes for newsletter. Is not an option. Just the rules of the server. Okay. Okay, we are inside a Godot server, and now we need to see if there is a person with that name. And my hope is yes. And my hope is yes. My hope is yes. My hope is yes. Wait a second. I don't see an entry. What is it? Help. Quick help. Okay. Quick help at. Please. MH. Go. Fuck. It's impossible that he's not in this Discord. Maybe he has another name. Let's try Golkar. Golkar. At Golkar. Fuck. Fuck. MHG. MHG. Bro, it's impossible. This guy's building stuff in Godot day and night, and he's not in this Discord. Well, day and night. I think he built it in another thing and then they migrated. I don't know. Okay, let me just a quick help. Hi, I'm searching this guy. No, we will track him down. We will track him down one way or another. We will track him down. We will track him down, I tell you. I have this t-shirt, by the way. I have this as a t-shirt that I bought in Japan. Do you think he's a Japanese guy? Maybe he's a Japanese guy. The author of the Arrow node editor made in Godot. Do anyone knows if he is on this Discord server? It's strange that maybe he has another nick, right? Like me, for example, I have Kerrigan's son, right? So he's a completely different nick. So I think he should do it. I think he should do it for me. I think he should do it. I think he should do it for me. It's impossible that this guy doesn't exist. I'm trying to contact this guy who is the author of Arrow, the node editor. but I cannot find any contact. Okusai Wave. I have the I literally cannot find anything about this person other than reference to the project. Yeah, I don't think he has an Instagram. You could submit an issue on GitHub. Yeah, I could, yes. Maybe we'll see it. He worked on this 4 months ago, so I think it's fairly... Best contact method for this guy. GitHub issue. Create an issue on the Arrow repository. This is the most common way to contact open source developers. Well, it's not true, but... look for social media link. There are none. Okay, we can create an issue. Let's do it! New issue. Talent PS. There are only 2 issues open. Did he answer? Let me see if he answered. Yes, he answered. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, he answered. He's answered. February 23 though. No! No! February 21. Okay, new issue. Title, custom node, and custom export. Hello. I would like to use your wonderful node editor for a game of mine. For my game. To create the dialogues for my game, but we use a slightly different structure, right? In particular, I will need a custom node with a unique step number. Well, the unique step number actually is the ID, so that I have it already. Let's say that I have a custom node that basically combines the interaction and the dialogue, right? This is our problem. So we need to combine the interaction and the dialogue in one node. And plus have the ability to export it as we wish. Yes, and that will already be very, very, very good. Yeah, I'm opening a new GitHub issue for that. Wait a second. Who's this guy? Someone answer me, but I cannot see his name because I'm in streamer mode. Stranger side. Okay. Okay. Let's continue with the request. Hello, I would like to use your wonderful node editor to create the dialogues for my game, but we use a slightly different structure. In particular, I will need a custom node that combines. What did we say? Combines the interaction with the dialogue, right? In one node. Combines the interaction with the dialogue, the interaction node and the dialogue node in a single node. What did you need from them? I mean, just curious or what? This guy is asking me what I need from him. I mean, I need to understand how hard it will be to create a custom node that combines the interaction and dialogue node in a single node, and this guy is asking me interaction node and dialogue node in a single node, and that and to then create a custom export to a TXT file with our game format. Maybe there are people here that want to do it. I don't know. Maybe in this Godot server I can find someone that is willing to do it. That he has knowledge of that and is maybe willing to do it, even if he's not the original author. I think if he's the original author, it's a bit easier because he knows the code perfectly. Maybe, you know, in Alpha Day, it does it. While if I have to start myself, you know, it may take me 2 weeks, you know, just to understand what to do, right? And another week to do it, so. Single node, and then create a custom export to a TXT file with our game format. Would you be available for a brief talk on this? I don't know how to leave him the thing, but I can leave him my Discord nick. Right? You can contact me on Discord at Kerrigan-san. Kerrigan-san! If he's Japanese, he thinks that son is just a Mr., right? Mr. Kerrigan. Kerrigan-san. Talad-san. Lucas-san. Hula-san. Would you be so nice to contact me on Discord at Kerrigan-san? Creator. Okay, we created a ticket. Someone maybe will answer, but I like this thing, right? I think the node editor is very nice. The node editor is cool. The fact that it's done in Godot is also nice because it's a full engine, so it's easy extendable, you know? I think it's a good base. The only thing I need to combine the interaction with the dialogue, so every box is one of our steps and can contain one or more lines, one or more answers in one NPC, right? And then I need to export this in our format. And so basically what we will do when we create a new quest, we put down all the basic pieces, and then we just click on export. We get a text like this, but already with all the text, right? All the text can actually be here, and then we do just the final adjustments. Kerrigan-san, exactly. Kerrigan-san, yeah, with the A. Yeah, it's with the A actually. Let me tease this guy. Would you be able to do it? Would you be able to do it? Okay. Hello. Hi. It's an open source project. Okay. Okay. So we didn't do much tonight, but we at least a reason on this thing, right? And we, I don't know if I want to go, I want to stay more. I can stay a bit more. Today's Friday, it's not a big deal. Yeah, because my issue is that I have to split this into. Did we? Did we ask to this AI or to the other AI? To the other AI. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Let me do what I did already before, which is to compare these two files and see if he did a mess or he didn't. Under temp 4, yep. Under temp 4. Current version 1.1. Really? He increased the version number. Pretty cool. It is some changes here. And then is split. Next step for crafting. I didn't do shit actually. He didn't really do what I asked him to do, so I have to do it manually. Arrgh. Okay, fine. I can do it manually. Fine. It's okay. I like that I changed version 0.10 to 1.0. It's kind of funny. So this part is okay. This part is okay. This part is okay. Magic path, only Levrus, go to Levrus. Okay, and here is where the mess starts, right? Here is where the mess starts, because I need crafting, and with crafting we said that we need we need these 5 steps as separate, right? These 4 steps. It's kind of annoying though, because can I combine? Can I combine? Because having only now, maybe we don't have to combine actually, now that I think about it. I don't think we have to combine. I mean, I don't think we have to split, right? To split this into separate ones. I don't think we have to. I think we can leave it like this and have, because each of these answers can actually have also specific quest notes. So I think it's fine actually. Now, because I was thinking to the quest note and the fact that I couldn't have a quest note for each of these lines, but I think I can, right? The quest note is by answer. So I can have a quest note that says I asked about mining, and Zerin told me to start with Arkwin, the local blacks. The problem is that because then I need to say where is he, right? Yeah, exactly. Because I wanted to follow up where the request of where is he, right? Yeah, no, I have to split it. There's no way. I have to split it. I have to split it. Yeah, I have to split it. 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 There's no way. I have to split it. I have to split it. Which is very annoying because now all the steps, right, will become different steps, and this is where it starts to be messy because I need to have the steps correct. I need to have this thing's correct. So the easiest for me, oh my god, the easier for me is to repeat this 4 times and then delete, right? So that I go with mining. And I have this answer. Then I go with step 7. Yeah, but you see the mess to do it manually instead of having, you know, a tool. I think we absolutely need a tool. At least to create the initial structure, right? And at least to create the initial structure, because otherwise it's too much of a mess. It's too much of a mess. His fortress is located just west of the main square. You can see it from here. Damn, I cannot find a 9 info Yeah, as well, tried a real export before the project in Canon matures in old. Yeah, don't worry, Lucas. Thank you for trying. But I think that he will answer to the. I think he will answer to the issue request, because he seems to be fairly active, right? So I think he will answer to the issue request maybe tomorrow or Monday, or I mean in a few days. I don't think he will answer instantly, but I mean it happened to me that I contacted other developers and they answered nearly instantly. So they are because they are interested in people, you know, that are interested in their stuff. So it depends if this guy is, you know, very busy with real life. He has like 3 kids, 2 dogs, 4 turtles, 1 parrot, and 1 mini dragon, and so you have to manage all of that. But if he does not, maybe we have a chance. Okay, the next one is so I did weaponing. Yeah, I did weapon. I did mining. Now we do cooking. I mean, doing it manually anyway is possible, right? So we did it manually in the last 20 years. So it's not that is impossible. I mean, it's definitely possible, right? It's definitely possible. But you know, you start to forget things. For example, here I forgot to rename the step to step 8 and such, right? I wanted to see this quest running. Before closing the stream, so but we spent a lot of time on this investigation on the node editor, right? But it was a good investigation. I liked it. Okay, so now the question is, after all these choices has been separated, do you want to ask in the same choice? Yeah, I think so, right? So the player will continue and say where can I find well, maybe in this case we can avoid it because she can say immediately. Bah, maybe we can do it in one phrase, boys. Maybe we can do it in one phrase so we don't go crazy in a million other options. For cooking, Joven visit at the tavern. Visit Joven at the tavern. He's always preparing meals and could use a hand in the kitchen. The tavern is the tavern. To find the tavern. But then it's useless that I split it. No. To find the tavern, walk on the take the road to the left of the big red temple, the one going up, then take the stairs to your left and you will find it. So it's useless that I split it if I do it in one phrase. Fuck. But it's okay. It's fine if he remains split. I mean, it's okay. Step number 9 is alchemy. And for alchemy in Esbalim, look for Durok. He studies plants and concoction. His workshop is quite so Durok, we can find him around Jayos usually, no? I don't know where is his starting point, but yeah, or he's inside Jayos reading books, or he's just outside, like in this area, or this area, that area. So you can find him. You can find him in the east side of the main plaza, or at Jayos library. You can find the library going east. Going east. Looking at me, turn left. Yeah, I think I can say this. Looking at me, turn left, right? Or no, bah. Going east, where we can say north is the big red. From here, north is the big red temple. From here, north is the big red temple. In reality, we don't really have a north, east, and west, but I think there is no other way actually. Otherwise, people. I mean, I can call them with the compass, right? I can call it with the compass. Direction, right? But I think people will get super confused if I do it like this, like arrows, wings, Azord, whatever are all the names of this thing. I think people will get super confused. So yeah, anyway, for like as well, look at Durok, you study plants and concoction, you can find you can find it, blah blah blah. Okay. Now we have the fighting path. I mean, this is easy because it's one guy. I'm interested in fighting. This is plenty to regard, blah blah blah. You can always debate, blah blah blah. And there is independent or so to serve the guards, yeah, exactly. You prefer the thrill independent, go to Gregory, find it at the arena. To find the arena, you need to follow the road at the back of the blacksmith. Okay. And to fight Remant, let me close. I have a bit too much stuff open. I have a bit too much stuff open. To find Remant. Where do we go? Is the one here with Finara. This is not very easy to find, but it's not super easy to find. But we can say something similar. It's usually near the gate door. It's usually near. It's always. But anyway, it's guarding the north gate doors, just behind the windowless tower. Is the highest tower in town. You cannot miss it. Right? I think even if you are there, you can see it. So even if we are here, right, and we look back, yeah, there's that tower. With a pointy crown. It's the highest tower in town with a pointed top. You cannot miss it. Okay. So we do that. So obviously here I'm missing all the steps. It is step 10. It is step 10 as well. Sorry, this is step 11. It is step 12. This is step 13. Step 14. Step 15. Okay, so religion. So we did crafting, we did religion, we did fighting, and now we are doing religion. So I'm interested in the religion. This is a temple of God. Which one drives your devotion? Yeah, the problem here is that the player doesn't know anything about these gods, right? He doesn't know anything. So in plane shift MMO I have to describe very briefly the three main gods, Talad, Langs, and Xiosia for a player. The god of creation and balance, the value, army, cooperation, the growth of a race through peaceful means, work to build a protect civilization, the god of secret and ambition, when a Talad, a lie, Lang seeks power and control, is followed in place, struggle, cunning, and personal gain. Nah, it's too dark. The goddess of nature and compassion. Yeah, here is not very easy to give an explanation of these gods in a way that they could be interesting, right? To a player that doesn't know anything about the game. Because if you describe it this way, right? Lang seems to be the bad guy. The god of secrets and ambition. One star of the lie, Lang seeks power and control. His follower embrace struggle, cunning, and personal gain, while others walk in the darker path. It's not really true. So I would say, I mean, if we stop at the first phrase, it's not too bad. It's the god of creation and balance. Wow, balance, I don't know. And creation, I don't know. I mean, he created the glyphs, but Langs created a race and Tala created a race, so I don't think it's the god of creation. I don't know why it's coming. Maybe he read it on our website, but I would say I don't know why creation. Do we describe it this way? Creation. I don't think it's I don't think it's described anyway as the god of creation. I don't think it's the god of creation. For Talad, we should say he created the glyphs. I don't think he is the god of creation or balance, but yes, he likes harmony and cooperation. Tell the god of harmony wisely his followers his best value and a better war. Langs, the god of secret ambition, when still on a lie, Langs now seeks power and control his following base of struggle. Xos, the god of nature and compassion, protector of living things, and the kindness balance with natural war. The follower defend life. Okay, let me copy this and then we will see how to change it a bit. So the city is home to the temple of several gods. No, that's not true. The city, I mean, I'm interested in the religion. We can say the main gods you may be interested in are Talad, Langs, and Xiosia. So let's add a bit more text. Talad, god of the glyphs. Langs, are we god of secrets and ambitions? God of secrets and ambition. And Xiosia, god of nature. And Xiosia, god of nature. Maybe the creation is because you are creating the world. No, but me is not me. I mean, me is not me. It's kind of funny. Me is not Talad. I mean, I'm named Talad just because I created the game, but is an out of character nick, right? So it's an out of character nick. So I'm called Talad just because it's funny, but in game I'm not, right? Just because, but it's an out of character. I thought about changing it many times, but at the end I think it's just simpler this way. Actually in game I'm called Talad Dev. Talad Dev, but in theory you should never see me. Talad, Langs, and Xios, yeah. So maybe here we can say something more. We can say something more. We can say. We can say this, which is not bad. Talad, the god of harmony and cooperation. Talad created the glyphs. Giving people a way to use magic wisely. For the teaching of Talad. Now, the problem of Murago is that Murago is in another city, boys. He's in another city. He's in another city. Ah no, it's not in another city. Who was in another city? Ah, no one is in another city. Ah, fuck. Who was in the... Didn't we say that he was in another city? No, it's not in another city. Okay, GG. Like all goes, you can't see them, but they are here. Yeah, exactly. You can only hear me. The god of harmony and cooperation. Talad created the glyphs, giving people a way to use magic wisely. For the teaching of Talad, seek Murago in the east part of this city. For those who follow Lanx, no, let's also add a bit of introduction because I like it. Lanx, the god of secrets and ambition. Once Dalada lie, Lanx now 6 power and control. I think it's pretty good, because it's not negative. It's just saying that this guy is a bit more, hard to catch. Once Dallas a lie, Lanx now 6 power and control. For those who follow Lanx, speak with Sharp and decided in the... What do you mean in the Dark Temple? In the main Red Temple, just on the other side of this square. Xiosia, the goddess of nature and compassion. Xiosia protects all living things and value kindness and balance with their natural world. Very nice. Very, very nice. The goddess of nature and compassion. Because it protects all living things and kindness. Blah, 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 blah. For Xiosia's path of nature and life, well, nature and life. For this, meet Jardet. He can be found. Tending to the secret garden in the east part of the city. In the east part of the city. Okay, I think we have enough. What is this? Magic? No, magic we did it already. Magic, crafting, fighting, religion. We did all this already. Why this thing is so stupid? Okay, so if we do this, the problem is that if we do this, right, the quest will end here. So I think I need to add a step, right? I need to add a step at the end, which is the closing step that hopefully the player will never click. I mean, we can tell him, right? We can tell him not to click it. So maybe we can make it a bit brutal so that the player will not click it, but I think it should be by the way, all these numbers are wrong. Okay, GG. All these numbers are completely fucked. But it's actually the same because these are not really used. I mean, are used, but not the way you think they are used. So here we can say what? We can say step 12. I don't need anything else. Okay, I don't need anything else. And then we will put maybe in parentheses, careful. This will close the quest completely. Right? So don't click it. Okay. I wish you what? I wish you fortune and glory. No, I wish you fortune. Do you say I wish you fortune in English? Okay, so I think we can try to take this, put it in our test server, only in our test server, right? And see what happens. This one is just landed. Just landed. Wait. Okay. It seems that he likes it. So we have no prerequisite and we start with her. Now the problem we have is that if we say load quest yes, it will load all the quests. But I don't think we have a we have a way to filter the quest ID, right? No. So we just have to say yes, yes, and but maybe we can repopulate only her. Yes, let's do this. Repopulate NPC. We can repopulate only. We can load only Zerim, and Zerim is Zerin. Zerin is this fantastic number. Okay, so if we start now the server, we will see if that quest loads up or not. And we see if she answers to the questions. And then I think I will go, because it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, my friends. I think it would be very nice to have a quest editor of some kind. It's a bit annoying to have it in Godot, because then we have to compile it and whatever. But I mean, if it was just an HTML page, I think it would have been easier, but... It's loading quest, let's see if it gives an error. No, it didn't give any error. I think it's 1505. I think this quest will help a lot of people. Will help a lot of people. I think it will help a lot of people. Ah, it is not configured, but it is okay. It's the same NPC, just that on the dummy on this server I didn't do all the changes. Okay, the quest is loaded, because you see that we have here the so I just arrived and I got a letter that mentioned your name. Ah, by the way, we should change the letter, eh? But okay, let's test this, but then we really need to change the letter. Okay, it's not working. Why is it not working? Huh? So he loaded the quest, but he loaded the quest, he shows it, but then it's not working? What do you mean? You crazy? He's not parsing that because he has an underscore. No, don't tell me, please. I have to change them all. Fuck. It's very possible, though. It's very possible. Or because it's a number. Okay, let me try this. I cannot really reload the quest in an easy way, so I mean I can try, but usually it's crashing. I think there is a reload. I think there is a reload quest. Anyway, it's quicker to just restart the server. I don't know if the underscore is messing up or what is messing up, or is the fact that it's starting with a number. But it seems it didn't load the quest properly. It seems it didn't load the quest properly, which is very strange. The problem is that we have to reload all the quests. It's taking like 1 minute every time. I need to find a better way. In theory, I could filter, right? Also the quest, but we will have to add a new. We will have to add a new filter to the configuration file. Load it up and then do the actual code change. You see, it's loading. These are all the quests. I don't know exactly about this error, but it's working. So, I mean, it's not that long. It's not a minute. It's like more 20 seconds, but. I don't know why it's not working. I just arrived. Yeah, it's the underscore. Sure, let me check it. Ah, Xenas approve your arrival. All papers are in order. Fantastic. Good to hear. Welcome to the city. It's a relatively safe place, but we need everyone available to help. This phrase is a bit bad. Are you willing to help the city? Yeah, this phrase like sucks, so I have to change it. Are you willing to help the city? Also, this one is a bit too brutal. I don't know. I have to change this text, I guess. So here you have 3 options. You have give me a moment to decide, yes, and sure if there is something in for me, right? And if you say give me a moment to decide, she's just saying sure, come back anytime. I like what she did in movement. But please know there are many things you need to know from me before moving on. Anyway, your choice. Wow. Wow, so she's getting upset. Okay, so to have the thing working, we have to change all the underscores in non-underscores. No. Let me see if we can do it massively, like here in Notepad++ without going crazy. Wait, I don't know what I just did. I wanted to do find more than, wait. I wanted to do find next, exactly. I wanted to do find next. Okay, and then replace. So I can see what I'm replacing, right? But yeah, I don't think there are any other underscore anywhere, so I think in theory I can do a substitute all and it's okay. Okay, nice. I don't like that phrase at the beginning though. I think it's pretty bad when she's saying welcome to the city, and then she's saying it's a relatively safe place, but we need everyone available to help. Are you willing to help the city? I mean, it's too rough, right? It's too rough. It's really too rough. This phrase is too rough. It's not good. I have an NPC. I have an NPC welcoming new players. This is the text I have. But I think it's too rough and simple because I wrote it. Warm and encouraging, calm and honest, stern but awful, neutral, duty oriented. I think that she's a guard, so it's kind of duty oriented, but let me see what she's saying. Welcome to Idla. The city has its share of peace and peril. The council calls on all citizens to contribute, whether by sword, craft, or service. Will you offer your help? Yeah, that's much better. That is already much better. Thank you, ChatGPT, for existing. Thank you. Okay, welcome to Idla. The city has its share of peace and peril. The council, I don't think it's the council, we should say the government. The government calls on all citizens to contribute, whether by sword, craft, or service. Will you offer your help? Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, it's better than the one that I had, at least. It's better, yes. I have too many windows open. I'm lost. Update quest. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's restart and see what happens. Uh-oh, I think I closed the editor. But it's fine. I closed everything except the one that I had to close. Okay. Perhaps it's not good to ask new players who have nothing to give things first. No, I think it's good because I mean, I want the player to feel that they are welcome, but they also need to contribute, right? There is the feeling that they should have of the city, so that they are in a place that, yes, can help them, but it needs something back. And obviously they can also decide not to help, right? So you can also answer no, right? So you don't really answer no, you answer like, give me some time and I will think about it, right? And then you just go away and you never return. But, so some players may do that. Yeah, it's loading. It's loading quests. But now, this quest will basically point you to all the NPC where you can start the quest chains, right? And that is a very good point. Very good point. Very good point. Very good point. It's helping a lot. I will tell you. It's helping a lot of people. This single quest is helping a lot of people. I just arrived and got a letter and mentioned your name. Sure, let me check it. Ah, Xena approved your arrival. All papers in order. Good to hear. Welcome to Idla. The city has its share of peace and peril. The government calls all citizens to contribute whether it's work, craft, or service. Will you offer your help? Ignore what you see in parentheses here because I see it because because it's me, but in theory you don't see it. Why we have those quotes everywhere? This quote should go away. Yeah? This quote, I don't know where he arrived from. I think if it's the copy paste. I think it's the copy paste. Holy shit, bro! Please. Thank you. Yeah, there is an extra, but it's fine. Okay, we can continue. Sure, if there is something in for me. Agreed, it's how our economy works as well. I'm sure there will be a benefit for you. Well, I'm sure it will be a benefit for you is not really convincing, but there are no open and bad citizen faction. Yes, there are, Ola. There is the thieves. The thieves. I've been through a lot of travel, a war portal, a different dimension. You look in great shape considering what you went through. Thanks. Any suggestion on what's next? First of all, I need to know better your skills and your talents. Tell me your story. Fuck. There is already a mistake. Tell me your story. There is a mistake in the prerequisite, I guess. Because she didn't continue, right? So there seems to be a prerequisite issue. Assign quest. Well, I assume I got a quest assigned, right? So this is step 2. Thanks, the suggestion works next. First of all, you need to require completion of just landed step 2. Yeah, exactly. Require completion of just landed step 2. Yeah. Yes. Why it doesn't work? Huh? What the fuck? Is not okay, guys. I think it's a bit late, but I think it's basically working. I just need to debug better the different prerequisites and stuff. I have no idea why. Or this require completion of is not correct. But if it would not be correct, the quest would not load at all. So so I think I'm gonna go anyway. It's kind of late, but it's kind of weird that maybe I just missed the dot at the end here. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible just missing the dot at the end. Okay, guys. I think I'm the same time zone as you. I mean, for me it's 1:15 and I live in Italy. I live in Italy. So you watch enough streams that you can automatically convert the time. Nice. Okay, I will see you tomorrow anyway. So you are in the US somewhere. So I think anyway we did good. We need to put this quest in the game by tomorrow so that new players can actually use it, because I think it would be a lot of help. And we also need to change the letter. I can do it maybe tomorrow morning, I don't know. But I will see you tomorrow afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. Right? And we will continue with this. We have a lot of stuff on the list. We have all this stuff on the list to do. Maybe we will enable the city manager, which would be nice. Yeah, I think we will enable the city manager just for fun tomorrow, and so some players can test it and see how it looks, right? I think it would be nice, and we can start to do some testing on it. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Remember to follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. That's always a good idea. Bye.